Oh,
but I can't homemade.
God, just making us jealous now,
You're
you
eating there,
bastard.
Paul. Look at that.
There you go. I'll try to pass them.
I
It's not
second,
working.
I
Sorry.
second Tony's comments there. You
That's just
bastard.
taunting us, isn't it?
I know you're trying to pass it through the internet, Paul, but
Yeah.
my browser rejects cookies, so
Triple
Oh,
shot.
boo!
Just go away now. Go on. That was just
Triple dark chocolate salted chili cookies.
chili cookies.
That's a lot
Delicious.
of different flavors going on.
Right. Welcome to all our listeners. I'm Matthew, and I'm down here. Can you see me? I'm down here at the bottom of the screen because we've got so many players. This is probably the biggest stream, apart from last week, of course, that we've ever done.
Alien the Colony session 0 was bigger.
That's a good point. Okay, right. Well done. Well done, Dave. You ran a bigger session than me.
And don't you forget it.
Let us quickly go around the assembled crowd. If you just say a little bit about who you are and who your character is. And we will start up there. Look at me, up at the top with Havima. That's John.
Hello, my name's John. I'm playing Havima, a mystic courtesan in Coriolis. I myself am not, decidedly, but that's the fun of role-playing. Yeah, there we go.
So,
You
haven't got
you're
real.
neither mystic nor a courtesan.
You haven't got real mystic powers. That's disappointing.
Yeah,
To find that out.
I've really missed out.
And then up there, look at me when I'm talking to you, Dave. Up there is Dave. Tell me who you are.
I'm Dave, co-host of the Effect Podcast with the excellent and professional Matthew, who clearly never makes a hash of any kind of opening to a podcast or a show. I'm playing Oshian Partha. If you don't know who Oshian is by now, where the hell have you been for the last couple of years? And yeah, I'm formerly an investigator partner to Yaqub. We are still kind of the partnership in this, and everyone else are hired hands and old friends that we've picked up along the way. Some are, more friends than others.
Yeah, some we've dropped out of the cargo hold more than others.
I'm not looking at Zaki here. He's a very close friend of mine now, and I would never drop him out of a cargo bay ever. Yeah, that's me.
Are you fingers crossed when you say that? Zaki, tell me, tell me, Zaki, tell me, Mohammed, about Zaki.
Yes, Zaki is agent forcibly an agent of the Order of the Court Flames, and he joined the crew to search for the this hidden weapon or this weapon that we are searching for.
Excellent. And over here is Ghazi or Neil. Tell us about Ghazi, Neil.
Hello, I'm Neil. Ghazi is a lovable rogue of sorts, a bit of a dodgy dealer.
I thought you were going to say dodgy constitution.
Yeah, maybe that too. Erstwhile or recent friend and colleague of Zaki, and mainly just in it for the money.
Cool. And Neil, could you just pull your mic a tad away from your mouth for a moment?
Mm-hmm. Is that better?
We'll wait and see. I might ask you to get it a bit. But Tony, up here, tell us about you.
Yes, hello, I'm Tony, playing Yaqub Nassar, again, former private detective and partner of Oshian.
Cool. That's very precise. And over here.
Be all night otherwise.
Yeah, we will. That's all right. And over here is our newest player, Paul, and our newest character, Qaid. So,
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm playing Qaid. Qaid is a seeker of the Seekers and an associate of Havima.
Excellent.
I would just like to say one thing before we move on, very quickly, that I have a model of the Najara, which people can see.
Oh, there we do.
Very, very nicely produced and very generously produced for us by our friend of the show,
Oh,
Andy,
that is superb.
who would never invite onto these things because he's a shit player, but he's a good GM. But that was really kind. So, thank you. So just
That's awesome.
shout out for
Thanks,
that.
Andy.
That is excellent.
That's definitely not an eagle.
Definitely not an eagle.
Definitely not an eagle. Not
Definitely
even
not
a
an
science
eagle.
variant of an
Not in the
eagle.
slightest. Eagle? What is the eagles you talk about?
I don't know.
I remember actually. I think I was in infant or primary school when Space 1999 came out, and my best friend in infant or primary school, I can't remember quite which, was a boy called John Scoons, and his brother was actually a special effects guy who worked on, among other things, Doctor Who, Ian Scoons. And I remember him being very excited about this new TV show with the Eagles. And I imagined it was going to be a TV show with birds, you know, and like something like Champion the Wonder Horse. But it turned out to be Space 1999. That is my memory from the 70s.
The one that you've got left.
Now, I think it was you, Paul, who volunteered to tell everybody who's listening where we left the show last week.
We left the show last week after the group in the Not an Eagle trailed a dodgy ship, the Pearl Azure, into the X-planet sort of like meteor shard. We were following it. We followed it for a while, and then
Which is called, I should say, the Ash Belt.
The Ash.
I think
Belt.
I might have referred to it frequently last week as the Rust Belt, but I apologise.
It's the Ash Belt. Yep. So we went into the Ash Belt, and
You won't get invited to do this again, Paul.
He won't be coming back.
What if you just shut up and let her get on with it?
and basically, it got attacked. The Pearl Azure got attacked by a unknown other vessel and got very, very badly disabled. And the captain, Captain Curry, has put out a distress signal, and we're going to rescue, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Brilliant.
Fine, I think.
That is well
Rescue
remembered.
stroke loot.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, maybe that's just
Rescue.
me.
For now.
One of the things we only managed to follow the ship because of the brilliant data gin that is
Yes.
Zaki.
Brilliant data gin. Right,
Yeah.
okay. It must be a different Zaki to the one I have GM'd. But let's go. Okay. What are you doing? So you're heading towards this now immobilized vessel.
So didn't you say last time that Captain Curry had
Abandoned ship.
abandoned
She had
ship and an
indeed
escape pod?
abandoned ship.
Yes.
In one
Yeah,
of
she
the,
said that she was the only survivor. She said that the rest of the crew had gone mad, and that under no circumstances should we approach the anomaly.
So can we
You took
Presumably
some
because
notes,
we
then,
would
Tony.
go
You
mad.
took some notes.
So Matthew, just to say you're a bit
Yeah,
quiet, mate.
I do.
Just to say, I think.
Okay,
This
I'll
is
bring
just
my
me.
mic a little bit closer. It shouldn't be that quiet.
That's
Is
better.
that better?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Can we detect the anomaly? Can we scan for that with Zaki's expert and trailed datagen skills that we've had now?
I guess, Zaki, do you want to give it a go?
Okay.
I can help you again.
Okay.
I
Thank
did
you.
a lot of helping last week.
Yes.
I can help. Very helpful.
I think we got that message, Tone. Thanks.
Okay. Before we go to the anomaly, only one success this time.
Okay. For one success, though, that you don't get like extra information, but as you're approaching this ship, you see or rather, you sense some distant. You scan, I should say, some distance further on the other side of the Pearl Azure, the wreck of a battleship, and it looks relatively whole. I mean, the Ash Belt is famous. I mean, scavengers come here all the time because there are bits of broken up ship. it's not just a planet that was destroyed here, but an enormous fleet battle happened here at the end of the Portal Wars, or towards the end of the Portal Wars, I should say, and there are loads of old vessels here, and there appears to be a relatively intact wreck of a battleship there.
Do we get any information about the battleship, like class or name or style of
Origin.
design? Yeah.
Well, no, not for one success. It is of a size that would make it something like a class 4 or 5, but no, you've got no other data,
Otherwise,
and the
nothing
fact
else.
you can see a battleship there. There is something weird about it, though, which for one success, Zaki cannot work out exactly what it is.
Do we get any other information? Do we get like a
Stop
registration
milking him.
number
He's
or-
already said for one success, this is what you get. Stop milking it.
Hey, look,
Dave. You
don't
didn't
do his
the
job for him,
role.
John. Let him do his own job.
You didn't do the role.
Can I get any mystic characters to roll their mystic powers?
Yes. Matthew, again, don't have dice. I'm still away. So if you would
You're
like
still
to
away?
roll them... Yes, I am. I'm still in London.
Phew,
Yeah.
luxury. I've been at
Well-
work most of the last week.
So have I. I've been working, but we've also
Oh.
just found out that where I'm staying is in the ultra low emission zone, and our car has been
Driving in and out. Whoops.
exactly. So
Oh, no.
we're paying a fair chunk of that. But anyway, that's beside the point. My mystic powers is 7. If you could roll 7 dice for me, that would be great. I could do it
you want me
online,
to roll the
but
7 dice? I'll do that. Okay.
I could do it like an online dice roller thing, but there's something about rolling dice, and I wouldn't want to deprive.
Well, you may want to use an online dice roller next time, because you get no successes.
2 from
Is
Nate.
it something I can push?
It is. It's a skill roll, therefore you can push it. Would you like to give me a darkness point?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I'll be spending this very shortly if you get no successes again.
I got 2.
Well, honestly, you may want somebody else to roll this dice because you still have no successes.
Okay.
I got 2.
You got 2. Okay.
Thanks, Zaki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, Zaki's pointing out the sticker. We ought to have got more of those printed for Dragon Meat, but I think it's probably too late now. Never mind. So I need to give you an effect. Can I get you, please, to roll? Oh, no, I
you
can't get you
can't.
to roll anything. I will roll for you. Oh, now I get a 6. Now I get a 6.
That's obviously very good, though.
No,
Let's hope.
no, it's not.
Okay. You're getting. You were looking through the scanners at this anonymously and arguing with Captain Oshian, who kept saying, "Zaki, why can't you tell me more about it? Is there not a registration? Can you not read the transponder?" And you were
Fairly
saying,
reasonable questions, I thought.
I don't
but,
work
you know,
good under pressure. Stop yelling at me.
It's the cargo bay for you, Zaki.
and you were kind of protecting Zaki when you got an attack, and sorry, I've just lost my place of this. I
got an attack.
to page. Well, not an attack, but there's something weird about the vessel that,
Right.
as Zaki was saying, well, there's something weird, but I honestly can't see what it is. You kind of saw what it was, but not in a way that you can describe, rather in a way that you feel. And You're sensing another mind in your mind. At the moment, you don't know who it is.
Okay.
Havima, you've kind of experienced this before. When you went on that seance and you inhabited another mind and another body, but this kind of feels a little bit like something else is inhabiting your mind and body. It was only like a flashing moment of it, not enough to cling on to that personality and recognize who it was, but very distinctly you felt that.
So is that both me and Havima feel that?
No. You may have felt a kind of probing feeling around you, but you've mentally sort of batted it away with your successful roll.
Oh,
It's only Havima that sensed it because he didn't seem to be able to protect
block
himself against it.
Right.
Okay.
But that's nobody else knows about this until you tell them.
I'll look to Havima. There's something probing our minds from that vessel.
I'll do a Obi-Wan Kenobi and just kind of collapse back into a seat. Go, oh, I felt a disturbance in the Force. I felt a disturbance in the darkness between the stars.
Actually, you joke about that, but just as you sit in the seat and reflect upon it, you thought maybe this other mind was maybe coming for the vessel. Now you sense it may be a connection with somebody back aboard the station, but it's all very weird and disorientating.
Okay. Qaid. Oh gosh. Yeah. I felt that too. There's.
I blocked it. I felt a
you were
unknown presence I didn't trust, so I managed to block.
You are much more trained in this aspect than I am. I still have much learning to do. So
I think we must be careful if something is reaching out towards the vessel, this is something what they were talking about, or what Captain Curry was talking about, that her crew went mad. Perhaps this could be related.
Just quickly, out of character. So the captain was in a shuttle. Did we take the shuttle on? And
you haven't yet. You're moving into an intercept course with the shuttle.
They've just broadcast this, and we've gone. So we're thinking we'll pick her up.
Yes.
Well,
yes. I think that's what Dave promised last week. Sorry, Oshian promised. Dave was nowhere near the scene, of course, since he lives here in the 21st century on Old Alvada.
I think that was our intention, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Before we pick her up, how do we know that the weapon is really a weapon by the sense, not a biological? I'm sensing people getting crazy, getting mad. What if the weapon is biological? It's not a real weapon.
The darkness between the stars.
Yeah.
It could be could be a malevolent weapon.
So we are picking someone who maybe have contracted it. Maybe we need to isolate her, or at least isolate ourselves from it.
Possibly.
Dave did sorry. Oshian did say. Well, Dave said, "We'll pick you up in the cargo bay." I don't. Now I thought that was a joke, but maybe that was Oshian talking.
Basic precautions, you know.
Has anyone got any face masks?
Well, I'm in a compression suit.
Hands,
Yeah,
face, space.
We've all got exosuits, right?
I think we all put our compression suits on because we've considered we might.
We
be
did.
getting
You're right.
In a battle,
actually,
yeah.
into trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did, yeah, and you've all been watching The Expanse.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I've got to finish it yet.
Yeah, coming December.
There's the last series coming up any moment.
Yes.
I think I'm partway into whatever this past season was.
Yeah,
Anyway.
same here.
Enough about that.
How long have we got before we intercept with Captain Curry? Because I'm thinking I'm just gonna pop to the Arboretum and have a quick pray in the chapel,
You've got long enough to do that.
and I'm gonna pray to the dancer.
Okay.
I will do the same. Actually, no. Is it the merchant that manipulation?
Yes. The
Merchant
merchant.
manipulation.
Merchant. I'll pray to the merchant.
I'm gonna pray to the faithless one. I think it's the faithless one.
For mystic powers, Paul.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. It is faceless, and you get infiltration as well, if that matters.
I got that.
No.
Well, it's not an advanced skill, so I could always default it. But
Yeah, well,
I prayed to the gambler before we came, and I think I was going to stick with that prayer.
Oh yeah, no. The last time my character prayed on stream was a good few sessions ago. So I'm like, I don't think it lasts. So yeah, no. Going to the merchant. So +2 to manipulation, among other things.
On a reroll.
on a reroll.
On a reroll, yes.
I will go for the messenger.
1 second, I need to plug my laptop in.
So whilst some of us are praying and some of us are still on the bridge, presumably, and then we swap. I think one of
I know you're all praying and the ship crashes. End of the campaign. Thank God for that. Cheers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Matthew, cheers. Can we talk to the can we open a channel to the captain and ask her about exactly what happened aboard the ship? Maybe Yaqub or others who are better at talking to people than I am could try and extract some information out of it.
Yeah. You're getting nearer all the time, so communication's just getting quicker.
I'm happy to talk to her if you wish. I am as all seekers are, negotiators.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So you open up a channel to her, and
Captain
I'm assuming that's John making those noises. I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
when I
think
say
so.
John, I mean his electrics making those noises.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Carry on, Paul. You open up a channel to her.
Captain Curry.
Hello. Yes, I can see you now, and I have
We are
adjusted my
on our way
course
to
back.
pick you up. I was just wondering if you're able to elucidate a little bit about what exactly happened on your ship and how your crew was affected by this anomaly. The ship beyond your ship.
Well, I'm putting these clues together as much as you. I'm only saying that they are affected by whatever is on that ship because of what I know from the earlier ship that had first discovered it. You are aware that there are only 2 survivors from that vessel.
I believe some of my associates have discussed with those survivors, and they had. Did Yaqub mention anything about the lesions on the two survivors? Obviously, I don't want to talk about stuff that I might not know.
Yeah, I think we'd have described what. Yeah, because Havima was also there as well, so I think we would have described to you what we saw.
So yes, the lesions on the survivors, was it something along the same?
I'm not
lines?
sure I can report lesions. It all happened so quickly, and everything was working as normal until that attack, and even at the moment that we were attacked does not seem to be the cause of it, but rather 2 crewmen died in that attack, who engineers. You'll be aware they took out our main reactor.
So they sabotaged your reactor.
No, forgive me. There was an attack from an unknown vessel, came out of nowhere, targeted our reactor. We stopped dead in the water. I don't know whether they intended to kill all of us, but what they did was kill 2 engineers who were working on the reactor at the time, or near the reactor at the time. The moment of those deaths seemed to cause the majority of my crew to suddenly, I said they went mad, but they I'm not sure I can process the everything they said. It all happened so quickly, but soon they were killing each other. You talked about lesions. I don't know whether this is related, but they talked about their own limbs trying to do them harm. They talked about their own arms trying to kill them. I myself, I feel like I was gripped by a burning desire to be alone, which is really, I think, what saved my life, because I ran for this emergency shuttle where I was near to it. But over the chatter, there were people killing each other so that they could leave them alone.
That's a worry. And it was only after the unknown ship materialized and destroyed your. Do you think that ship was using some sort of stealth technology?
It was heavily cloaked and disguised. Yes. No transponder.
Did you see it? Did you get a visual of that ship?
Yes, briefly.
What did it look like?
Reasonably normal, like any one of the salvage vessels that trade out of the Masahir station.
Right.
Nothing strange, nothing odd. There have been rumours flying around of strangely shaped ships in the Third Horizon that even I've heard of. It was not one of those. But those ships, by all account, are very visible. Glowing, even.
It does sound a bit like this ship is trying to stop them getting to the other battleship rather than actually trying to get to it themselves, because they obviously haven't gone.
No, because in fact we saw after they'd attacked it that they.
Yeah, I've finished praying. Yeah.
The ship that attacked them flew back towards Masahir Station. They took kind of a roundabout route, but they weren't heading for this other battleship. They were heading back to the station.
So either this is someone with a grudge with Captain Curry and he's got nothing to do with this other battleship, or someone on Masahiri Station is trying to stop people getting to that battleship. but they're not trying to get to it themselves, or maybe they've got somebody on there already.
Or somebody not necessarily to do with Masahir Station.
Possibly, yeah.
But what about this madness caused by the attacking ship, or caused as a result of the fact some people died? Something to do with the darkness between the stars?
I believe it is something on the ship that they were trying to get to, the broken vessel beyond the Pearl Azure. There is something malevolent on there.
And you think triggered by the deaths, or was that coincidence? She seemed to think there was a connection.
Possibly. The darkness works in many strange ways.
Where does that leave us?
Well, I don't know. Possibly both ships need to be destroyed, but we have no weaponry on this ship.
Do we think all the crew on board? I think we might be asking the same question. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go on, John.
I was going to say, ask the captain if there are any weapons on theirs.
Or any crew left alive.
Well,
That was my question. Because we might want to loot that ship, Ghazi, if you're in it. If you want some
So
money.
there may be at least
Would
one
say no.
phrase left.
So what are you asking specifically? Paul,
So do you
you're the
want me
one-
to you want me to ask the captain if there's anybody left alive on her ship?
I think she had said already that she thought she was the only survivor
Yes.
earlier on.
Yeah.
What did they have any weapons for self-defense?
Who would be so stupid as to come out here without any weapons?
In a ship, yeah, we're completely unarmed, no shields.
I don't think it would be any use anyway, because if their power plant's been taken out, if the reactor's been taken out, you can't power it anyway.
Although there is a fair point here, actually, that we could possibly strip. If they got weapons on that ship, we could strip them, and then
Arm your ship.
put them on our ship in due course.
Also, perhaps we should put out a long-range scan just to double-check that they haven't turned back round. I know they're cloaked, but it's worth a try.
It is worth a try.
Yes.
We're looking for a cloaked ship in this ash belt.
Qaid, my friend, it's a roll of the dice. Like,
no, it's not a roll of dice. It is pure skill that we're relying on from Zaki, obviously.
Qaid,
Zaki and Yaqub. I'm sure the icons will be with them.
Oh well, never mind then.
You can't win if you don't play. That's what I'm saying.
Worth a try for sure.
Yeah. Zaki working his special new console we've installed for him in the cargo bay next to the doors.
I will be asking for a raise next time.
You get closer to the signal here.
And there's a button ready to be pressed.
Old Al-Arda saying you missed one.
I'm just a little bit confused here. What is Zaki looking for particularly?
The ship that attacked Captain Curry's ship, we saw it heading back towards Masahir Station, but we're just checking it's kind of bluffed and doubled back and coming back towards us.
Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Okay,
Have some help.
With the additional Yaqub's help. Come on. One success also. Doing a very bad job today.
No, you're not doing a very bad job because you're doing a good job because you're still getting success.
Okay.
I did a very bad job.
For one success,
please tell him. He's giving me the
You're okay for the minute, Zaki. It's fine. It's fine.
Remember the last time Havima interceded between you and the captain, Havima did get weirdly attacked. So I don't know how eager you are to do it again, Havima. However, I can report that for your one success, there is no sign of a heavily cloaked vessel nearby.
Fair enough.
It's very reassuring.
You can be entirely reassured that you cannot see any vessel. using
You
your
cannot
scanner.
see the cloaked vessel.
Behind you.
Yeah.
So, how far ahead of us is the anomaly battleship thing? Is that a long way off?
Right, it's about an AU away. And by that I mean an astral unit, not an astronomical unit.
Absolutely. So, we got any
So
reason-
interestingly, you're getting you in the next frankly, the next scene will be you docking or otherwise with the captain's shuttle. You're that close to her now. That's brought you probably 2/3 of the way from your trailing distance to the disabled vessel. Another, as I say, the best part of an astral unit. Beyond that is where Zaki spotted the hulk of this old battleship with apparently something on it that he can't, his sensors don't make any sense of.
That's definitely the weapon. So
May I
battleship.
make a suggestion? Given what we know of the two previous ships, this one that we're just passing and the one before it, perhaps anyone who does not need to be on the bridge should take themselves away into separate rooms, and we communicate via our communicators or through ship comms, just to remove a step of violence should anyone falter.
It's not a terrible idea. I guess the only problem is if this stuff makes us self-harm and we want to stop somebody from self-harming themselves.
Yes, they did talk about that.
Although it's a good point you make, actually, Havima, because they were talking about being alone.
Talking about being alone, but they were also talking about their own limbs doing them harm.
So
Yeah,
as long as we keep communications open,
Yes, but
and we keep talking, when someone stops talking because they're too busy doing something else, or they
I
sound
think,
like they're doing something else, then
yes. But perhaps
Okay.
I think we should stick together personally, but don't
Strength
split
in
the
numbers,
party.
yes. we're
I had
in
another-
the same ship.
Another thought along those lines would be we could put, for those who don't need to be on the bridge, we could put everyone else in a stasis pod without turning it on. So everyone could communicate and they can get out of the stasis pod if we need them to get out. But if they start harming themselves, we can then just press the button and put them into stasis.
Yeah. So who then is required? Pilot and sensor ops?
And then probably Yaqub to help us. Because he helps both of us.
Yaqub with his swivel chair on the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you not need somebody to guide you and advise you against the darkness between the stars, which is exactly what this seems to be related to, which would be myself or Havima?
I mean, I don't mind. I'm not. It's whether we want to go with Havima's idea that we ought to isolate ourselves as much as possible.
Well, at the moment it's 3 and 3. So, is there much point? Because now Qaid is suggesting. I think it's a sensible suggestion, but that then brings it 4-2. So, what's the point of isolating 2 people?
Yeah. Let's press on then. Let's press on.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. It's worth a conversation.
I mean, we could have those who need to be on the bridge are on the bridge, and the others could be in another room, the galley or something.
Well, that's kind of what I was suggesting. I was just suggesting that maybe someone was in the Arboretum, someone was in the galley, someone was elsewhere. But I guess if it still requires 3 of you on the bridge, then maybe not.
Proximity warning. Proximity warning.
Is this the her shuttle?
Yes.
So let's just hold distance from it for the moment. Do we actually want to pick her up? Right
Why
now,
would
we
we
can
not?
pick her up. Well, she's in no danger at the moment. She might not want to come to the ship with us, and she might just be another person who goes mad.
Well, if she's in the hold, I think Zaki knows how safe that is.
Well, not very.
Do we think, how far are we from Masahir Station? Do we think she could make it back to Masahir Station in her shuttle?
No. I think that would be at least 3 days away, and the 2 from the original ship that discovered the weapon were rescued from a point where they'd kind of run out of power somewhere in the ash belt that was nearer to the station. She could get to a point where she can be rescued, but you are her only rescuers at the moment.
But possibly it could be the length of time in the ash belt that causes the lesions or causes the corruption.
Well, if 3 of us
the
are on the bridge,
corruption is those lesions are things that the sanatorium on Coriolis deal with. It's portal sickness. It's just that these souls were not
in portal space.
In portals, yes, in portal space when this happened.
How about we do the division idea of Havima's, but 3 of us stay on the bridge and the other 3 go and meet and talk to the Kuri.
Sure.
And Qaid, if you're a negotiator, then you can.
So you wish us to go into the hold?
I think we'll
keep Kuri in the.
I don't think Qaid knows what happened with Zaki unless Zaki's told him. I think we can dock it, can't we? And then we can just control her there. Don't let her out of the cargo bay. So it's a place where she's secured. Does that sound like a plan?
Yes.
Havima, can I just take you aside as the idea of another personality fills your head for a moment?
Absolutely. Everyone else, turn your headphones off.
No, it's okay. You don't need to. I think everybody else can watch this, but they can't interact with you.
Okay.
You are approaching a person that you know. You're in this person's home. Previously, as I said, that you felt this person in your head. Now this is a lot more like the seance mode where you're in this other person's head. This other person is tense, nervous, kind of excited. There's a lot of adrenaline flowing. You remember your name as Al-Mud, Karim Al-Mud, and you are an agent of the consortium. Your plans are coming together to shut down Neandra, the ship Jinn, but the person you are now in a room with, and you recognize this room is this person's accommodation, is the chap you were watching for a couple of days, Zain Gorgud. Now, you know that Zain Gorgud has the intention of killing you. Wafa the courtesan told you that. It could disrupt the consortium's plans. You are going to kill him. You need to kill him. You've confronted him. You, Havima, feel you've been in an argument with him, and you've lost that argument with him, and you have a sword or knife in your hand, and you know you have to use it.
Oh, this is intense. And is Zane looking at me?
Zane is right now is tending his plants. He seems to have your recollection of what has just transpired is that you challenged him on the fact that you'd been told that he was out to kill you by the courtesan Wafa. He denied that and sort of offhand, and he turned away. He obviously thinks that little of you.
Then I suspect that this guy or Havima, through the eyes of this guy, I forget what you said his name was.
This guy that you are is Kareem Almud.
Kareem Almud. I expect that they are going to stab him in the back.
That may be the case. What's
We'll find
what's
out.
your melee? Because it feels very much like you're doing this.
5 dice.
5 dice.
If anyone else wants to roll instead of Matthew, please speak up.
You're hoping for successes this time.
Hopefully. No, go for it, Matthew.
5 dice in total.
Yes.
Has anybody got the rules here? What is what's the bonus of Mercurian blade?
+3, right?
It's +2. It is. Mercurian blade is +3 bonus. So it'd be a total of 7 dice. That's what I've got.
Okay. Oh right. Well now it works perfectly well. 3. That's a crit. Do you want to crit him again?
Crit for Mercurian sword is 2.
A crit.
3 damage,
okay,
2
so
crit.
3 damage, 2 extra success for a crit. Am I rolling this again? I'll get another
roll
coloured
for
dice.
a crit. Roll for a crit. See what happens.
65. That's not good, is it? Somebody got the.
65 is death.
Pierced heart.
Pierced heart.
Through his heart.
His chest.
Straight through his heart.
This feels scripted.
Well, it is that is purely a roll, but you have killed him. Zaki, can I get you to make a roll?
Okay.
Sorry, a roll. Just make a roll.
Any random?
Go and
Make me a
red
cheese roll.
Go on,
No,
Zaki,
make me a data gin roll, please.
Okay. With help or
No, I think not. This is just of the moment, and you.
okay.
This is about you noticing something on the scanner.
Okay. Two successes.
2 successes. Okay. You've just noticed, apropos of nothing, because nothing weird is going on here on the bridge, but suddenly the anomaly on this battleship has just increased in size.
I quickly inform Ocean.
Is this like an energy output,
Any
or is
search?
this actually a creature or an entity?
It's a
or-
physical
it's
thing.
really difficult. It is an area that you cannot scan. It is not. In fact, I would probably say for that second success, because Zaki has only had one successes on this so far. This is an absence of energy.
Is this the same as the scan that we did on the ship that was on the moon under the water, where we couldn't scan like the inner part of it? There was kind of nothing there.
Zaki wasn't there.
Can I? I don't have datagen, but
Well, can I have a look and see? You can compare because I do have digit. And I'm
Okay, you make a separate data gen roll without
Can
help
I-
again.
Okay.
we're just such helpful people on this crew. You know.
Okay, I don't get any successes, but I think I might push that actually.
Thank you. I'll check that.
And now I get one success.
No. You don't know much about it, but it doesn't. It's not the absence of. It's a different absence of energy.
Absence of a different thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
We've just lost
Lost Ghazi.
Ghazi.
we've gone to the Kazi.
Who's going to be first to say that?
It wasn't me, at least. It's an improvement.
Yeah.
So it's the absence
Lost
of
into the
energy.
dark between the stars. Do we carry on?
So we need to come up with some sort of plan about how we're going to approach this ship, don't we? Because
Well, first
Otherwise,
of all,
we were
let's
just
do
gonna go
this
mad.
One thing, there's somebody knocking on your door, effectively.
Well, we still haven't agreed to docker yet because we just haven't.
No, you haven't.
said-
No, that's what I'm
I
saying.
said, I said we're
He's
holding
waiting
off
to do that.
whilst we decide whether actually we're better off picking her up on the way back rather than picking her up on the way in.
Well, make a decision. Tell her what the decision is. At the moment, she's expecting. She's manoeuvring for a docking.
Expecting help.
we should probably pick up because if we leave her, we don't know what'll happen in the meantime. We might lose her. We should probably
Okay.
pick her up. I think.
Go into your hold. You don't have to allow her out of the hold. But
Well, we could dock and she could stay in her shuttle. In fact, we could
Yeah.
potentially.
because the fact
We could just say, look, we're worried that there was some infection on your ship, so we want to keep you in quarantine just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. And she said that all her crew went mad, so how do we know that she's not mad as well? So we'll rescue her, but we're doing it cautiously. It looks like Neil's in
Seems
the
fair.
waiting room, Matt.
Okay, I've just been looking for him on the Discord. I'll invite him back in. Welcome back, Neil.
Sorry about that. Dodgy internet.
Right, so that's what you're telling her, that you're going to do the docking procedure. Can I have a pilot roll then, please, from you to make this docking?
Yep.
I can swivel around on my swivel chair and help
Thank you.
if you like.
Have,
is always useful.
right, you are now back in yourself. With that moment of murder, you have returned. You may not be aware of everything that's transpired most recently, Havima.
So I think what we're doing is saying that Ghazi, Qaid, and Havima should go and speak to Kuri, but not actually let her on board properly. Whilst Zaki, me, and Yaqub maneuver the ship and do the data gen stuff on the bridge.
All
So I got
right.
7 dice with Yaqub's help to dock. And I get 1 success.
Okay, good enough. I'm going to say for this, there is a question about whether the airlock seal has properly sealed. You haven't got green lights on the airlock seal that you would normally be expecting.
But her ship is
it's-
locked, is docked to ours.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case she could just stay on her ship.
Yeah.
She's safe.
So if you report
you
that
guys
to
can
her,
talk. You guys can talk to her, but actually, she doesn't need to come aboard.
No.
If there's something, I did succeed. This is a successful docking maneuver.
But for some reason, we got some sort of anomaly on
Something's
her
not.
from her ship.
Something's not
I don't
right.
think it's
Yeah.
wise for her to come in. Have we got enough to give her life support?
yeah, there's probably an automatic mechanism that recharges
And
life.
presumably,
support
it's
on
more
the-
about getting a lift back to Maharabi Station rather than anything else. And we can do that with her.
So on your model of the Neandra, can you point out exactly where her ship is docked?
I need another ship. Oh, hang on. The only one I've got is this.
The Death Star.
Okay.
So,
Borg
dock-
sphere
Yeah.
connects your ship on the.
yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Jolly good.
You
We'll
can take
go
me
back
off
to-
full screen now. That would be good. Thank you. Excellent. I've got to put him back now. Anyway, yeah.
Right.
So yes,
Sorry,
Playing
I couldn't resist it. I
playing
couldn't
with my
resist
toys. Yeah, that's where she's docked.
it. Right. Okay. And then, so Ghazi, Qaid, Havima, were you charged with talking to her?
We can open a channel to her. It's
Yeah.
just pointless going down to the docking bay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, like, yeah, okay. I
Can
guess
we get
just to make
a-
sure she doesn't try and force her way aboard.
Can
No,
we get
no,
a
when you're opening the channel to her, she obviously, you know, I'm sure there is a direct hardware connection as well with a docked vessel, and so you get very clear signal. And she is entirely relaxed and very happy to stay there. She is quite keen that you take her back to the station.
We will definitely be taking you back to the station.
Excellent.
If we live long enough.
As long as we don't all die horribly before then, obviously.
Right, now as pilot, Dave, where are you taking this vessel? Your vessel, that is.
Okay, have we agreed then what our approach should be? As Yaqub suggested, we might want.
I'm not sure we have we?
So do we just blunder straight in and hope for the best? Or
That's an unusual approach, to be fair.
As opposed to
yeah, we are
Quick,
not quite sure
quick
what
thing.
the other
So
options
my
are. No.
memory
How
of-
are your defenses on your ship? Because obviously you don't
We
have
have-
any weapons. So if that
we
ship
have-
appears,
0 defenses. The ship is a courier ship. It's not
Okay.
a battleship.
Yeah, you know, it's a courier ship.
And
It's
it's-
built for speed. Oh no,
And it's a very
not built-
slow courier ship. It's built for stately progress. That's what it's built for.
I just double check
Okay.
what the rules are on Coriolis in terms of traveling 1 AU. Is
down
that,
to speed.
It's down to the speed of the ship. So
Yeah,
depending
so if
on
you're
the
speed
number-
1, I believe it takes 1 day.
One
Yeah.
day for 1 AU. Yeah.
So
And we
a
are-
ship of speed 2 is
Speed 2 is half a day.
half a day. Okay.
And we are
And what
speed 1.
speed is this ship?
You're speed 1.
Speed 1. Okay.
I told you it's a stately procession.
So
It's an old Menkari design. You know,
it
it's
would.
not
would
meant for
take
speed.
us-
It's meant for being stately and waving your hand out the window.
It would take us 1 day with the ship's engines on to get there. However, if we were to run dark, it might take us how much longer, I wonder?
Well, now, I'm not entirely convinced whether I want to get into the physics of this, but generally, ships' engines in space do a burn to reach a speed and then turn themselves off.
Yes.
So I'm not sure your engines, unless you want to maneuver as you've just done with this docking, I think there's a bit of acceleration you probably need to do now to get
we might
there
need to
within
stop.
a day.
They're also graviton engines, so they run very differently to the kind of engines that we know. that
Rocket.
Yeah,
space rockets
yeah.
use.
It's not kind of the expanse where you have to accelerate halfway there, then turn around and decelerate for the second half of the journey. So you actually stop by the time you get to your destination.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you don't
I'm
have
sure
to
that
do
applies.
that. I'm sure this is a sort of ship where you stay in one aspect, whatever you're doing. But
Yeah,
But we
But let
can
us
do
not
that.
worry too much about this.
Engine-y, spacey-wacy.
the question is, Havima, do you go there glowing or do you not go there glowing? Effectively, is what you're
It's
asking.
probably wise to go there dark, isn't it? That's not a bad suggestion.
It won't take you any less time to do it.
We'd have to be careful doing that because obviously there's going to be in the ash belt. There's going to be lots of debris.
At the point where you want to slow down again, or if there's an obstacle in the way you need to move around it, then there will be a sign. I think your reactor's going all the time. I don't know. I mean, don't get too hung up on stealth. Is I think what I as a GM is saying.
This is why Andy doesn't like. Andy doesn't like Coriolis.
Yeah, but
not necessarily for this
the
reason.
key thing is your relationship with the icons in this game, not your relationship with physics.
Yes. So, I mean, Havima makes that suggestion.
That it's a good suggestion, and it's possible to do with. I might make it a piloting role rather than a slowing the ship down.
I think that makes sense, doesn't it? And without Matthew's advice that we don't need to bother, I would probably suggest that we did. So, putting aside that icon voice that I just heard in my ear, I think we should go. I think we should go silent running.
Yeah, bear in mind when I say your relationship with the icons, I am all the icons as well.
Do we have any visual on Captain Sadima?
You can get a visual on her, yeah. Good strong
Shows
signal.
She's appearing normal, no lesions, no any
She's
visible marks.
an old woman.
Presumably, when we talk to her, she's sounding completely coherent and logical. And okay.
Yeah, I don't think she appears to be suffering from any of the symptoms as Havima described. These symptoms seem to be quite a lot like people who suffer from hypersickness when they go through portal space. And none of the symptoms that you're aware of, I mean, none of you are particularly medically trained.
I have a bit of medicurgy skill.
I got medicurgy.
A little bit.
Okay.
So three of us are medically trained. Actually,
right. Yeah.
Half the group.
There's a big difference between knowing first aid and, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a medic.
Okay. Paul, I imagine you might have the better medicurgy with the help of anybody from Havima and Ghazi. Do you want to make a medicurgy roll to reassure?
How many of us can help?
Well, the rest of you are doing something else, I seem to remember.
That's true.
So,
That's a fair point. Yeah, we're not in the same place.
So is it Ghazi? Do you have medicurgy? No, so it's just a Havima. Then, so that's 7 dice then. Oh, that's 2.
okay. Yeah, you can be reasonably assured that she's not displaying any of the symptoms that you have heard about for hypersickness or recorded on what the others have told you about the state of the individuals they've seen.
Cool. No, I think
Individual.
she is perfectly fine.
The anomaly that I saw is getting bigger, or
it jumped. There was a moment when it got bigger. It hasn't. It's not getting bigger all the time. There was a moment when it got bigger.
I'm assuming that Havima hasn't shared his vision with us.
Not to my knowledge, no.
No, okay.
No, I haven't. Havima, I mean, obviously, as a player, I want to go, but
yeah, that's
the
fair enough.
character is going to hold on to that until something else kind of goes.
What the
this
fuck?
seems to be relevant information.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right, so Zaki, Oshian, and Yaqub, you are on course to rendezvous with the battleship in about a day's time. What are your instructions to the crew, and how should people spend the next weirdly 24 hours?
I suspect we just need to as with most ships, keep a watch.
Mhm.
So we've always got somebody, manning the ship and who can fly it and who can data gin and stuff. Otherwise, let's pray and let's clean our gear
And
let's
whittle.
Get ready for
I'm
trouble.
going to be whittling.
Let's feed Hammy as well, of course.
So I believe, Paul, if you didn't sleep at all, you could make 4 talismans.
I'm only making 3 because I want to sleep.
Okay. Everybody taking a sleep?
Yes.
That would be
I think so,
sensible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Havima, you're not taking a sleep, sadly. You are plagued by nightmares. So
Okay.
take 2 points of stress.
Ooh.
I think my only stipulation is that at all times either Yaqub or I am on the bridge.
Your nightmares connect you again with this person who who just murdered somebody. Let me tell you some of the other stuff he does.
More murder.
Okay, so you are privy to a conversation that he has with a man called Burkhard Esser. Burkhard Esser is an auctioneer. I think you might have met him at some point when you were trawling the markets looking for ancient weapons. Burkhard is talking about raising the hands against the corrupt leadership, turning the workforce against the night hands and the humanites.
Sorry, I'm not sure I fully comprehend what you. So, Havima's
You're
saying,
having so part of your nightmare.
yeah,
Your nightmare's weird,
this
just
guy's
weird.
having a conversation with,
But
someone
also,
else.
in a moment of clarity, he's having a conversation with a man called Burkhard Esser, where they are planning effectively to stage a coup on Masahir Station.
Right, the workers against the night hands.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's another notch in the weird dream bedpost, I guess.
And take 2 points
Matt?
of stress.
Not
Yes,
yet.
Paul?
I took 2 points of stress last session. Do I get that back? Because obviously we've had 24 hours and you get back.
You're sleeping reasonably well. You can rub those 2 points of stress out.
Cool.
Same here.
Yeah,
So-
good. Can I do that as well?
Matthew,
If you sleep well, you can. Actually, though, you know what? I'm going to get everybody, apart from Havima, who automatically fails. I want everybody to roll on their empathy
Mystic powers.
Oh dear.
or mystic powers. Yeah.
1 success.
Crit.
1 success. You have a good night's sleep.
Yep, one
Nada.
success.
You have a good night's sleep.
0 success. Probably
Okay.
dreaming that Oshian is yelling at me. So
Oh, nice! I like you, Zaki. It was one.
You're having a sense of imposter syndrome, Zaki, that you're not entirely sure you're good enough at your job. But let me just see if there's anything else that happens.
Hush.
He's very good at his job.
Just
Crit.
quickly, while you're
Wow,
reading,
3 successes.
Matthew,
Yeah.
you said 2 points earlier. You then said 2 points again. Is that just 2 points, or am I to take 4 points of stress?
Well, this incident of this dream is just 2 points. What earlier time did I say that?
Just at the
The
beginning.
last time he had the dream.
The first time he had his dream of
Vision.
Karim Al-Mood.
No. I didn't take. He didn't say take 2 points when I had the vision of the murder.
No,
really?
no.
Maybe I
I
should
think
have
I
taken
think I only
points,
said
yeah.
2 points because you're having a sleepless night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. It's cool. That's fine.
Can I give you a moment? Give me a moment, Zaki. I'm just looking for the table, which I'm sure is there. Okay, roll a d6 for me, Zaki.
Sorry, I lost John's comment
For sure.
on the
3.
stream.
3.
Silence.
Yeah, good comment.
It's just Matt having to read the scenario as we go through it. That's all. So don't worry.
Sorry, don't worry. I just need to go back to the rule book. Forgive me for this one.
If only someone had recently on the podcast done a whole thing about preparing for games in advance.
Oh,
Doesn't hurt me. I prepare for what I think you're going to do, and then you screw your dice rolls up. It's not my fault.
Zaki's fault as usual. Then is that it?
Give me a moment. I'm just going to find you the DT7.
I also failed, Matthew, in case you want to look 2 things up at once.
Okay. Do you want to roll a D6?
4.
Okay. I'll come back to you in a moment.
Okay.
Where is it? Okay. Zaki, you are also picking up on conversations that you can hear, that you are connecting with people on the station. You're your contact in the bar seems to be very busy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Let me find it.
Ilu Vasarin.
Ilu Vasarin. You can't be entirely sure what he's saying, but he seems to be speaking conspiratorially to all sorts of people, and those whispers plague you throughout the night.
Are they careless? Sorry.
You should be.
Ghazi, do you have any sort of lucky rituals or things that you do to pray or to prepare or just to make you feel safe?
Well, Ghazi's a little bit obsessed with his sword. He's got a Jura sword.
Okay.
So I imagine he kind of checking. It's not kind of sword you sharpen, is it? But kind of checking.
Is it called Vera?
Checking the. It is now. So yeah, maybe just kind of handling it and kind of checking it's it's in good condition and kind of ready to go. Maybe a little.
And maybe you do sort of sword kata. Are you trained in melee?
Yeah.
You can't all night. You can't stop doing sword kata.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you can, but every time you think, right, that's enough, put it to one side, go back to bed, you lie awake for a bit, then you get up and think, well, maybe if I do a bit of meditative sword kata, then I'll do that. So you're in your cabin, going through all the motions of your sword kata.
Okay.
And that's how you spend the night.
Matt, was there anything special for a crit?
A critical success.
Yeah, I got a crit.
You got on
Mystic powers.
It means you sleep for 6 weeks.
Okay.
You wake up to find yourself drifting alone on a ship with a load of other dead bodies.
Paul, can you check what I wrote to you on Discord some time ago that you haven't replied to?
Oh,
Ooh,
That
was
is
a
your
bit, that was a bit passive aggressive, Matt.
No. I mean, I don't normally communicate out of the game here, but there is a thing, and I might take advantage of this crit to give Paul a particular insight.
aha.
Cool.
So, can I also, while Paul and I are discussing this, does anybody else want to change who they're praying to or anything?
I don't think so. I'm going to stick with the gambler.
Yeah, me
I will
too.
stick with what Zaki's know.
I'm preparing all my equipment and weapons. And
I gotta
everything.
say, I don't know whether John is thinking. John's been watching on Netflix. Any Cowboy Bebop, but I feel that when Ghazi's doing his sword kata and John is saying cue the saxophone, I get some deep Cowboy Bebop jazz sensibilities going on there.
Or Lost Boys. Lost Boys.
Or Lost
Yeah.
Boys.
It seems appropriate. I'm going to change my prayer and I'm going to pray to the dancer.
All right,
I've
that
just
might
been
be a thing
practicing
that
with
you're
my
actually
sword,
been
so-
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, seems appropriate.
Where was Ghazi doing that? Where were you doing
Oh
that,
no,
Ghazi?
actually, John says that was about Dave's mention of the careless whisper.
Sorry, that totally blew the power of the moment, didn't it? That last point.
Yeah, I had hoped that we would never mention that again.
So just thinking that whilst Ghazi's doing your, because I've played to the dancer as well. Maybe with you doing your stuff, we're both in the arboretum, and I'm going through my motions with my alarm blades. Perhaps.
Nice.
Should we spend the next 15 minutes going through a sparring match between the two of you? Really build up the homoerotic tension.
Well, I didn't
That's
see any
fun to use.
homoeroticism.
I wasn't picturing it quite that way. but thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for putting that thought in my mind. I'm going to have nightmares tonight now. I'm going to wake up tomorrow with 2 less mind points.
My job here is done.
Talking of mind points, then, so presumably I don't recover my mind
No.
points as I don't sleep.
You don't know.
Fair enough.
In fact, you take 2 more if you can stand them.
What? Only just.
Well, that's what you
Same.
get for a restless night's sleep.
Same here. I also take 2 additional points.
I'm afraid so.
Okay, we'll keep it.
So we're all in great mental shape going into this place that's going to make us go mad then.
Yeah. So, Matt, can I just ask, when it comes to it, are you going to be using the original full auto rules or the full auto rules?
I
in
have not
Reloaded?
read Reloaded, and there's no reason why things are going to change.
Okay. Fair enough.
Except I will tell you, Dave,
So
Full Auto will not get you out of this.
No, but
Has
it'll
full
put a
auto
smile
been-
on my face while I die, though.
Has full auto been nerfed then?
No, I think it's actually probably more dangerous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they think they've nerfed it, but actually, I think it's. Probably more powerful.
It isn't. It is nerfed because all it is, it gives. It's the equivalent of 3 quick shots.
Well, not if you've got the talents like I have.
Well, it gives you 4 quick shots.
4 quick
So-
shots with no negative.
Yeah. Basically, I think.
That's
Anyway,
that's a lot of dice.
It's still a nerf.
Anyway, we can have this debate elsewhere, but
Yeah.
Yes, I suggest, Paul, that you read what I've just told you.
Yep. I am keeping an eye on that, and I will go to Havima.
Okay. I'm just going to be a bastard now.
Yeah.
how many darkness points?
I am going to decide. You
Yeah,
said
exactly.
that everybody's taking his shift everybody's sleeping, but there's always either you, Dave, or Yaqub on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am going to roll a dice. Odds it's Dave, evens it's Yaqub, and it's evens. So Yaqub, I assume you have one other crewmate of your choice who's awake with you during this shift.
Well, we'd probably have a data gin on the bridge for scanning. So obviously Zaki would be one of those, but if you're swapping shifts,
Yeah,
I don't know if
Zaki
anyone
can't be
else.
there all the time, so you can have. Well, Zaki, would you like to be the person, or?
Probably I could not sleep, so I will go to Yaqub to sit with him because I couldn't sleep.
Oh, good point. Actually, yeah. So you might be an extra person. Do you want to choose one other person, Yaqub?
Is there anyone else here with DataGen? Because I feel like it was only Zaki.
Well, it's Yaqub is with DataGen as well. But
Yes.
given that Zaki said he couldn't sleep, then I will allow one other person. And
Is that all to volunteer to be on the bridge at the time the bad thing happens?
I'm just saying.
Okay, Qaid is on the ship. Is on the bridge with us at the time. In that case.
okay.
So me and
There
Ghazi are in our
is-
homoerotic Brokeback Mountain moment in the Arboretum.
You're polishing. No, I'm not gonna go there.
That was, I guess, seeing
Listening
that
with
the cosmic
sweat
stress.
in the light.
See what you started, John. This is all your fault, you know.
The internal you don't have an intruder warning or anything as obvious as that on the ship. But Yaqub, you do notice that there is somebody moving about the ship who shouldn't be. You don't think it's all the crew are accounted for, and there seems to be movement happening in the ship in the cargo hold.
Okay, I'm going to get my Vulcan carbine. I might go and have a look and see if Ghazi's awake actually. Because he's
Ghazi is awake actually. He's practicing weapons kata.
Is
Would you like
is
me
that
to
with
come with
me?
you?
So am I awake as well?
Having a moment with
No,
Oshian.
you're asleep.
Okay.
I'm going to go and see if Ghazi's awake and say, look, Ghazi, we've got movement in the cargo hold. Fancy coming with me? Just have a look. I guess it's maybe.
So you're
this,
leaving Zaki
captain.
and Qaid on the bridge.
Yes.
I'm happy to
Okay.
come with you if you wish.
Do you want to come then? Yeah, we want to. Might as well. Hopefully outnumber whoever's there. Zaki,
Okay, then.
I hope we
you
can
want to keep an eye on stuff here?
So Zaki, you have the con.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I,
Do with
I,
it what you will.
Yeah.
I just pat my sword and say, knew this would come in useful tonight. Lead the way.
Head down towards the cargo hold.
Okay.
Weapons drawn.
Can one of you make an observation roll? If the others have got observation as a skill, then
How far into the night are we? If I wake people up now, will that be interrupting their sleep?
yes.
Okay, I won't for now. I won't for now then.
I didn't realise we were playing Forbidden Lands.
Sleep wouldn't matter if it wasn't for the nightmares. But there are nightmares here in the Ashbelt you're discovering. Or indeed strange connections with people back on the ship, as you and Zaki are experiencing.
Who's doing this observation then?
Who is doing this observation roll?
Not me, I haven't got it.
I have 6 dice in observation.
Okay.
Go
Do
ahead.
you have any help, Ghazi?
You can have one from me. Yeah.
That's 1 success.
One success. That's enough for you to react before this. As you enter the cargo hold, something leaps at you that is mostly human, although it appears to be missing an arm. But you get to draw initiatives. Shall we roll or draw initiatives? Actually, I've got cards here. Let's draw then. Okay, so Yaqub, you go on fives. Fives is 6 is highest.
And is it highest goes first in this?
Yeah. Ghazi goes on 3s, and the thing goes on 4s.
What about Qaid?
Kate's there as well.
You there as well?
Yeah.
Qaid, you go on 1s.
So Zaki's
Sadly.
been left on the bridge.
Well,
on his own.
appropriately, I don't have observation.
Good.
I'm on the
Really
bridge.
good.
Just Zaki on the bridge then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, quickly before I do act, just thinking, is firing a gun on a ship generally considered a bad thing?
Your gun is a what?
It's a Vulcan carbine.
They're designed to be fired on ships.
They're designed to be fired on ships.
Okay. In that case, am I first then?
I mean, preferably hit the target.
Well, that is obviously plan A.
Am I seeing this on the control or?
You can probably call up a camera to look at this.
Okay.
Maybe since you're a little bit distant from it, you see. Well, no, I'll tell you what you see afterwards. I just want to give these people a little bit of a scare first.
I'm just shooting the thing then.
Okay, take your shot at it.
So my range can be 6. My weapon has a +1 bonus. It's loaded with my homing ammo, which I've still got, which gives me another +2.
As you shoot, it screams in a almost subhuman voice. Leave me alone! But shoot away. I don't know whether you heard that because
I'm already committed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's 3 successes. So it does 3 damage with a crit of 2.
Okay.
So I will
do you
do a
want to do a
crit.
crit?
Yes. So black first. My crit is 14. It's been lightly grazed.
Sprained ankle.
Sprained ankle stunned.
Falls
It
down.
leaps at
-1
you.
dexterity and infiltration.
At only one leg, so a sprained angle is only one leg. Okay.
But it falls down as well. So.
It falls down. So as it charges towards you, you shoot, hitting its ankle, and you shoot its feet out from under it, and it falls flat on its face, doing 3 points of damage. So it's prone on its turn. So Ghazi, you get an attack. It's picking itself up, but it's only got one arm and now one slightly sore leg.
Well, I had my Dura sword ready. Am I close enough to?
Yeah, I reckon you
Yeah.
are. It kind of charged you guys. It would
Well,
have
in
got
that
a free
case,
attack on you.
rather than dropping sword and drawing pistol, I think I'm going to charge at it and try and, as it's getting up, just try and kind of keep it down and or finish it off.
Okay, so
I got 7. Ugh, 1 success.
one success. How much damage do you do?
2.
2. Well, that's enough to put it down permanently. And you now see, now it's not moving. You and Qaid and Yaqub see what Zaki had already seen. It looked like a crewman, badly burned, black lesions all over its body, its arm ripped off. now that you're in the area of the airlock, you also notice that the thing that
captain.
was stopping the airlock working, or stopping the airlock showing all green, was the limb of a crewman.
A crewman. So it doesn't look like it was the captain.
No,
Curry.
it looked like somebody who stowed away on the airlock side.
Is it one now? Because I'll rush up. I'm going to try to medicurgy the person to
Okay,
at least
yeah,
save their life.
Yep, you can now do that thing.
I
Yeah,
have-
you're not going to have any trouble saving its life. It's not got any death dealing. Well, no, actually, yeah. I think you need to make a mega cookie roll.
I have blessed M doses, so
Can I assist, or I cannot move from the bridge?
Well, I can probably assist. I think I might start feeling a little bit bad about having
Okay.
shot this.
Zaki, I just want to report this just to bolster Zaki's ego, because Zaki's always so self-deprecating.
so I'll attempt to save this person's life. That's one success.
One success. None
that
of the
gonna be
injuries that these guys have done are going to kill it, but it's in a really bad way.
Okay, I'm
Possibly with
re-rolling
some
then.
exposure to vacuum.
Get some more successes. That's another 2. So it's 3
Another
successes
2.
in total.
Yeah, you can save him. Have we got, what sort of medical facilities do we have aboard the Nujira, Dave?
There is a med lab, a med bay.
Yeah, you
I'll immediately get him to the med bay then.
you can get him to the med bay and stabilize him there, but he's in a bad way. I think you're putting him into a medical coma to begin with.
Yeah, in fact, should we put him into stasis? We don't want him
Yes.
waking up and roaming around the ship.
Yep.
If he's
Well,
not
do you want to put him in status, or Kate, are you trying to?
I'm currently putting him into a medical coma, which basically is exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Your call, Yaqub. It's your ship.
Well, can we put him in a medical coma and then just put him in stasis? But do whatever that's going to, keep him alive. But we don't want him to risk him waking up and roaming around the ship again.
Do I think he'll wake up from a medical coma?
If he's not in stasis when I wake up, I'm putting him in
Hey,
stasis. I'm not having him in my. Yeah, he's in stasis.
Okay.
And that
All right.
stasis
So
body's
I'll
not
put him
there.
in a medical. Make sure he's stable, and then put him into stasis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's gone 10 o'clock, so that's where we should leave it. I say should leave
Cool.
it. I just want to point out this to make everybody feel good from John, because
Thank you, John.
this is the sort of
Thank
thing
you.
that John likes.
It is good fun though. I love it. I love this kind of sort of bottle
Yeah,
episode
me too.
as well. It is good.
I mean, I must admit, I was expecting us to get further. I was expecting us to
You always
encounter the
expect us to get.
It always takes us longer than we think, doesn't it? So, yeah.
You're like, this
That is
campaign
just-
should have taken us 6 weeks, but we've been doing it for 2 years. This shows how fast we progress stuff.
No, I think it would take a lot longer than 6 weeks.
I know. But,
Anyway, thank you to everybody who's been watching.
yes, thank you.
Are we all on for next week?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, we are. So we'll see you in 7 days' time.
Yeah, brilliant.
Cool.
Thanks,
Say
everybody.
goodbye, everybody.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye.